Hello, everybody. It's story time with Teacher Gabe, and today we're reading My V Book by Belk Moncure and illustrated by Colin. And the reason we're reading this book is because the letter of the week is the letter V. All right, here we go. My V Book. Little V had a box. I will find things that begin with my V sound, she said. I will put them into my sound box. Little V found violets. All kinds of pretty violets. She put some violets into a vase. Vase? Vase. I'm not sure. Then she put the vase with the violets into her box. Next, little V found a piece of velvet. Very pretty velvet. She made a velvet vest. She put it on and pinned a velvet bow on it. She put velvet all around her box. What a pretty box, she said. Little V found a veil. It was made of lace. Oh, she said, I can make something with my violets and velvet and lace veil. Do you know what little V made? She made valentines, very nice valentines. Then she found a valentine verse. Let's see, roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. She wrote the verse on her valentines. Then she filled her box with valentines. She pasted valentines all around the box. But some valentines fell out. What shall I do with all these valentines? She asked. I will send the valentines to my friends. Then little V had a very good idea. She wrote another verse on each valentines. Let's see here. Come to my party at 1 for Valentine's Day fun. She put the valentines into envelopes. She put her friends' names and addresses on the envelopes. There were very many. Little V got into her van and drove to the mailbox. When little V got home, she got out her vacuum. She used the vacuum to clean up the scraps of velvet and valentines. It's always good to clean up after you're done. On Valentine's Day, her friends came to her party. Each one brought valentines. Little V and her friends made valentine hats. They put on their valentine hats and played some games. Then they opened the valentines. Valentine hats, vase or vase of violets, Valentine box. What fun they had at the Valentine's Day party. Let's see, they also had Valentine placemat, velvet runner, Valentine hats again, and a Valentine cake. Can you read these words with little V? Violin, vegetables, vine, volleyball, vitamins, volcano, vampire, vinegar, valley. Oh, and that is it for my V book. Next, we have Geraldine's Big Snow by Holly Keller. Geraldine brought her new sled down from the attic and put her boots near the door. I'm ready, she said. It will come much faster if you don't watch so much, Mama told her. But Geraldine wanted to watch. Tell me again what Papa heard on the radio, she said. This is the last time, Geraldine, Mama scolded. He heard that there was a big storm coming, and there will be at least a foot of snow. How much is a foot? Geraldine asked. Mama held out her hand. Wow, Geraldine said, sucking in her cheeks. But when? Soon, said Mama, very soon. Geraldine put on her hat and her jacket. I'm going outside to wait. Good, Mama said. I didn't know it was very good to wait outside for a storm. Thought you would want to wait inside. Hello, Geraldine, said Mrs. Wilson, who was coming home from the market. You bought a lot of apples, Geraldine said. Mrs. Wilson nodded. It will be hard to go shopping when the snow comes. Geraldine walked along with her eyes on the sky until she bumped into Mr. Peters, who was coming home from the library. Oh no, that's why you have to watch where you're walking. You don't want to bump into people. Afternoon, Geraldine, Mr. Peters grumbled as he picked up his books. I'm sorry, Geraldine said. I'm watching for the snow. Mr. Peters cleared his throat. Better get plenty of good books to read. Geraldine stopped to watch Mr. Harper put seeds in his bird feeder. Birds get hungry in the snow, he said. Uncle Albert was attaching the snowplow to his truck. He waved to Geraldine, and Geraldine waved back. Geraldine started to sing. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. She sang all the way home and watched the sky. But by supper time, there was still no snow, and Geraldine was weary from watching. Maybe it isn't really coming, she said. Maybe the man on the radio is wrong. Maybe Mr. Wilson and Mr. Peters and Mr. Harper and Uncle Albert are all wrong. Geraldine took a last look out the window. A star was hiding behind a cloud, and she watched it until she fell asleep. Then, in the night, it came, softly and quietly. Millions of snowflakes piled up on houses and trees. They made soft mounds on streets and in the park, and beautiful crystals on the windows. Geraldine heard Uncle Albert's snowplow before she opened her eyes. It's here, she shouted, it's here! Miss Wilson got right to work making apple pies. Mr. Peters sat in front of the fireplace, reading. Mr. Harper counted 11 finches and 3 cardinals at his bird feeder. And Geraldine took her sled up to the top of the highest hill in the park and coasted all the way down. All right, and that was Geraldine's Big Snow. Next, we have Hot and Cold. Let's see. It seems like it's by Eric Carle. Let's see. Lions rest under the sun's hot glow. Penguins walk on the cold, white snow. Alligators are happiest in hot weather. In the cold ocean, dolphins swim together. In the hot jungle, monkeys swing up and down. Seals slide around on the cold, icy ground. Hippopotamuses cool off from the sun's hot rays. So does that mean they like the cold or do they like the hot? Yaks grow thick coats to keep warm on cold days. Elephants march across the hot sand. Polar bears live in a cold, snowy land. Oh, and that was hot and cold. All right, and that was all the stories I have for today. Thank you guys for reading with me. I hope you guys have a good day.